Hey everybody, I have a nice beginner flow for you guys today. It is inspired by my recent 200-hour yoga teacher training with the Awakening Yoga Academy. It was awesome and I learned a lot. So I'm making it just one beginner class and then one intermediate class. This is the beginner. Some props will come in handy. A bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a pillow will work fine. A strap. If you don't have a strap, a belt or a tie works great too. And then 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, grab a big book. And if not, you can make do without it. But grab whatever props you can find and then we'll get started. Alright, today we're going to begin in child's pose. So face down on the mat. You have 2 options here. Either your legs can be nice and narrow, heels touching, arms down by your side, resting on your forehead, palms up. This is a bit more of a contained and protected space. If this feels nice for you, take that option. Otherwise, if you want, you can separate your knees out to the side, big toes touch in the center, and arms stretch out in front of you. So just take a few moments here to get ready for class today. To commit the next 45 minutes to an hour for yourself for this time to learn and to connect. As you breathe here, I want you to feel your belly expand into your upper thighs. Exhale, feel your navel draw into your spine. Inhale, feel the space between each spinal vertebra increase just a little bit. Stretching a little further through those fingertips. And exhale, relax your shoulders from your ears. 2 more deep, full breaths. Good. Gently press through your palms, rise up to a kneeling position. And then go ahead and grab your pillow or bolster. Place it between your hips and your heels, moving into Vajrasana. And then have your strap nearby as well. If you don't need the pillow, you don't need to use it. It's kind of nice regardless, just a little bit of cushion. So close your eyes down, place your palms down on your thighs. It's such an interesting lesson to learn how to just become present. And such a big part of that is knowing where your body is right now in this space, where your breath is, and letting your mind just take a little bit of a back seat. Interlace your fingers. Place your hands on your heart. Inhale, let your chest fill your palms. Exhale, turn your hands inside out. Press them forward and round through your upper spine. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Open up through your chest a little bit. You can arc through your low back. And exhale, hands face the front again and really puff up through the back of your heart. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, reach them forward. Shoulder blades separate. Inhale, rise up. Sit bones face backwards. Exhale, hands to the front, tailbone scoops under. One more just like this. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release your hands. Grab your belt or your strap and hold it shoulders width distance, but then slide it out about 6 inches on either side. So nice wide support here. Inhale, I want you to reach that strap all the way overhead. Open up through the front of your chest and shoulders. And exhale, Can you bring that strap all the way behind you? You can bring your hands as wide as you need. And then opposite the direction. Inhale, reach the strap overhead. Exhale, release it down to the tops of your thighs. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Tug outwards on the strap. Exhale, release it behind you. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, draw your ribs in towards your spine as you lower back down. 2 more just like this. Move with the pattern of your own breath. Everyone's pace is a little bit different. But our inhales always expand us. And our exhales always draw us in a little closer to center. Last one. Good. Release the strap to the side whenever you're finished. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, stretch them long, chase the ground behind you. Drop your head back if that's comfortable. Chest reaches up to the sky. Exhale, place your fists on the side of your right hip, almost as if you're putting something in a holster there. Pretend you're putting candy in a holster, not anything more violent. And then just drop your right ear to your right shoulder. You always need a little chocolate stash, right? So you can shake your head yes, shake your head no. Find what feels good here. For 2 more breaths. Good. Interlace your fingers the opposite way. Inhale, chase the ground behind you. Lift your heart up to the sky. Big, full, expansive breath through all your rib space. And exhale, place your fists on the side of your left hip. Release your left ear down to your left shoulder. And just explore little movements here. Find something that feels interesting that you want to hang out in. And send 2 good breaths into that area. Big exhale, release your hands. Lean forward onto your knees and release that bolster. Come into a tabletop position. So knees are stacked underneath hips, wrists are stacked underneath shoulders. And just do a little righty-tighty, lefty-loosey so that most of the weight is on the thumb and index finger part of your hands. And we'll do a little wrist warm-up here. So just take about 3 or 4 circles in one direction. Moving through your hips and shoulders, but really feeling the weight shift around in your hand. And then let's go the other direction. Good. Now turn your wrist creases in towards the center, your fingers out to the side. And then we'll just shift weight right and left. Right and left. The practice of yoga has a lot of weight bearing on our wrists, so if this is new to you, it's really important to do just a couple of minutes of a wrist warm-up. It's going to keep you happier and healthier in the long run. Good. Now turn your fingertips back to face your knees. Your wrist creases are facing forwards. And then tuck your toes, just lean back a little bit, hips to heels. Your palms can stretch off the mat. That's totally normal. Take 4 or 5 rocks here. Awesome job. All right. So now I want you to walk your hands to the very top of your mat, walk your feet back, and then lower down slowly onto your belly. We're going to move into Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. So slide your hands down to the sides of your ribs, and then we'll do this kind of one step at a time. So first, I want you to roll your inner thighs to face each other, and then really make contact with the tops of your feet into the mat. Now can you roll your shoulder blades down your back just slightly and have them kiss in the center? And on your next inhale, I want you to just lift your forehead off the mat. That's all for now. Feel the engagement through the back of your neck and your upper shoulders. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your head off. Also, start to energetically pull your hands backwards and your heart forwards. So it's like you have a magnet on the front of your heart and it's reaching towards the wall in front of you. Stay long through the back of your neck. Press firmly through the tops of your feet. Your kneecaps might even lift a little bit. Stay for one more breath. Exhale, release. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift your forehead up. Push through the tops of your feet. Lift your chest up. And then release your hands from the mat. Try to stay at the exact same height. So really, really feel the whole back body engaging here. Lift a little bit higher. One more inhale. Exhale, release forehead to mat. And just take a little sway from side to side. Shake it out. We'll move through just a tiny little vinyasa. So vinyasa means you're linking breath with movement, and it can be really complicated or it can be really simple, like these two moves that will link together. So on your inhale, lift up into cobra pose. Exhale, release forehead to mat. Inhale, press up through your tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, sit your hips to your heels. And that's all we're doing. Inhale, rise up to tabletop. Exhale, lower down. Belly, chest, forehead. Inhale, engage your back body, lift up to cobra pose. Exhale, release forehead down. Inhale, press through your palms, lift your hips up, tabletop. And exhale, sit your hips to your heels, child's pose. Inhale, shift your weight forward, stack it over your wrists. Exhale, slowly lower down to the mat. Inhale, rise up, Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through your palms, find tabletop. Exhale, sit it back, child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower to the mat. We'll do one more. Start to find that link with your breath. Inhale, cobra pose. Chest forward. Exhale, release. Press your palms. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Let it be sweet. Inhale, tabletop pose. And exhale, come into a seated position. So you can either do cross-legged Sukhasana or butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, whatever is more comfortable for you. Either way, kind of roll your sit bones underneath you so you're nice and tall. You find that little natural sway in your lower spine. Crown of the head lifts high. And then we're going to take some rib circles. So move your ribs over the left thigh, through the center, to the right, and back again. Like we're stirring a delicious pot of whatever type of chili you like. Motions can be as big or small as feels comfortable for you. Good, one more in this direction, and then we'll go the other way. So let your ribs move over the right knee, through center, left thigh, and back again. Take 5 to 8, whatever you did on the other side. One more in this direction. Good. And then stretch your right fingertips out to the side. Inhale, reach your left arm up so it's facing to the sky. Your bicep is framing your ear. Inhale, stretch a little further. Lengthen through your right side waist. And exhale, side bend over to the right. Stretching through the left side body, root down through your left sit bone. Feel as if you had gills on your left side and you're opening them up, getting some nice oxygen in. And don't just collapse down. Make sure you're lifting slightly through the right side wrist or ribs as well, right side waist. Turn a little to the sky so your right collarbone rolls up slightly. Good. And then now we'll twist. So bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Bring your right fingertips behind you and just twist open to the right. Let the twist mostly come from above your belly button and really peel your right shoulder open. Broaden across your collarbones. If it's okay for your neck, your gaze can follow back behind you. And now we'll just link that breath with movement. So we'll move from a side bend to a twist. So inhale, side bend over to the right. Exhale, twist to the right, so your hands shift slightly. Inhale, side bend to the right. Right hand is by the side. Exhale, right hand behind you, twist to the right. One more time here. Inhale, side bend to the right. Exhale, left hand on right knee, twist open. Good. Shake it out. Bring your elbows up to the side, your fingertips onto your shoulders, and just do this fun little rocking motion. It should feel really good through your thoracic, your mid-spine. Good, and we'll switch sides. So stretch your left fingertips out long. Reach your right hand to the sky. Bicep is framing your ear. You're reaching up out of your shoulder, up out of your waist, and then exhale, side bend over to the left. Root your right sit bone down. Send breath between each rib space on your right side. Roll your left collarbone up to the sky slightly. 2 more breaths here. Good. Now plant your right hand on your left knee. Plant your left fingertips behind you, twist open to the left. Crown of the head reaches high, sit bones scoop out behind you. Make this active as well. So we're not just tractioning, pushing through a hand. I want you to also use your back muscles to open you up as well. It's a joint effort here. Peel your left shoulder open just a bit more. Big exhale, twist you even deeper. Good, now we'll link breath with movement just a couple times. So inhale, side bend, left fingertips out to the side. Exhale, twist, right hand on left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, side bend it over. Exhale, twist it open to the left. Inhale, side bend, inflate your right lung. And exhale, twist open, squeeze everything out. Good. Come back to center. Elbows out to the side, fingertips on your shoulders. And just loosen up again. You can close your eyes. Take these little rocking, twisting motions for 3 more breaths. Feel your breath travel in a way it probably has never done before. 1 more breath. Good. Now stretch your right leg long. We're coming into Janu Shirshasana. So the inside of the left foot is on the inner seam of your right leg somewhere. If you need more space under your sit bones, please roll up a blanket or even your mat. And this can provide just a little bit of a better pelvic position for us. Just like that. That tiny change lets us sit up a little bit taller. Find your strap or belt. Wrap it around the bottom of your right leg. And just grab it with both hands. We're not tugging too hard. We're going to do an active stretch here. Kind of active and passive, just like our twist was. So inhale, reach your chest forward. Exhale, pull gently on the straps, lean forward. Fold over your right thigh. Inhale, reach your chest a little more forwards. Exhale, fold a little deeper. 3 more times with your breath. Moving deeper into this pose. Nice work. Good. Now we'll just switch sides. So stretch your left leg long. Bottom of the right foot is on the inner seam of your left thigh. Take any wiggles, any adjustments of your sit bones and pelvis that you need, and then strap goes on the underside of your left foot. Inhale, stretch really tall through the crown of your head. Exhale, pull gently on either side of the strap and fold over your left thigh. Inhale, reach your chest a little further. Remember that magnet on the wall pulling you. Exhale, fold. And 3 more with your breath. Final one. Nice work, big fold here. Good. Place your strap out to the side, unfold your mat if you use that as a little handy dandy prop. And then roll over your knees, come back into tabletop pose. We'll move into cat-cow here. You might be familiar with this. It's a wonderful little stretch. So from your tabletop, we'll move into cow first. So on cow, we inhale, we drop our belly to the mat, we lift our sit bones to the sky, pull your chest through your shoulders, and drop your head back if that feels okay. On our exhale, we move through cat. So press through your palms, tuck your sit bones underneath you, round through your mid-back, and really separate your shoulder blades. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, cat pose, press through your hands round through your spine, tuck your nose towards your navel. Inhale, expand, big breath. Exhale, curl everything in and contract. 2 more just like this. Last one, really squeeze everything out, contract, press through your palms in cat pose. Good, come back to a neutral tabletop and then go ahead and find your blocks if you have them. So with your blocks, place them lengthwise, so on the lowest setting at the top of your mat. And we're gonna tuck our toes and lift up into plank pose. Now it's always an option to just keep your knees grounded during plank, or during what we'll move into our chaturangas and our vinyasas. Just always know that lowering your knees is a great option. But if you do, I want you to lower them in a slightly lengthened position. So see how my knees are not directly under my hips. Kind of walk them out a footprint or so, okay? If you're able, tuck your toes under and lift up into plank. From here, stay active through your legs. Reach your chest forward, broaden through your collarbones. And press mostly on the inner thumb and index finger part of your hand. Take an inhale here. Take an exhale. This is a great measurement tool. So wherever your plank is a good spot to find your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So from here, you can bend your knees, stay really long through your spine. So you should feel length from the crown of your head through your sit bones. Maintain your breath. Curl your sit bones underneath you and upwards. And with your arms, try to roll your outer armpits down, your biceps reaching up to the sky. Hope you have a slightly less slippery mat than I do. And if this is too much, go ahead and remove the block. It's totally fine either way. Find what is comfortable to you. Good, and then we'll move, we'll link breath with movement here as well. So from downward facing dog, inhale, roll your spine forward to plank. Exhale, let your shoulder blades meet in the middle. So we're doing some retraction. Inhale, push through your palms, separate your shoulder blades again. And exhale, send your hips high, downward facing dog. So it's a really small movement in your plank pose. Let's do that again. Inhale, roll your spine forward, come into plank. Exhale, let your shoulder blades sink in and meet each other. Inhale, press them. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll your spine forward. Exhale, sink through the back of your heart. Inhale, press, shoulder blades separate. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Roll your spine forward again. This time, just lower your knees down to the mat. Now we're going to move into a vinyasa. Actually, let's do a forward fold first. So bring your blocks on their highest setting. And then just make your way to the top of your mat. Walk your feet up, however is comfortable for you. Now in our forward fold, instead of really rounding through our low back here, I want you to move your sit bones to the back wall behind you. So this means you might have more bend in your knees. Stretch the crown of your head forwards and use your blocks as stilts. Use them just to lengthen your arms. Good. So inhale here. Create length through your spine. And exhale, fold, compress your belly to your thighs. Inhale, lengthen the crown of your head forward. Exhale, gently release down, fold, ribs touch your thighs. Crown of the head drops. Inhale, reach it forward again. Exhale, fold. Good. Now we're ready. Let's move through vinyasa. Plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. On an exhale, compress your right knee in towards your belly and step your foot on the outside of your right hand. Drop your left knee. Inhale, we're coming into low lunge, but kind of like a lizard variation because we're externally rotating through the right leg. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Feel a nice stretch on the front of your left hip by curling your sit bones under. So instead of really dramatically arching through the spine, let's keep it more flat for now. This is our inhale. Exhale, straighten-ish through your right leg. Send your hips back. Half splits, Ardha Hanuman. We're still kind of rotate out to the side, that's totally fine. This will be our exhale. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands forward, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, active squat, reach your arms forward. Sit down into your legs. Separate your knees out to the side by engaging your outer glutes. Tall spine, strong legs. Inhale here. Exhale, stand. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Arms overhead, hip points point forward. And exhale, forward fold, so we swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down onto your knees, or do a push-up if you want. So inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, push up. Use the whole breath of the exhale to lower down onto your knees and elbows. Now inhale into cobra pose. So scoop your body forward, hands are planted, heart is reaching forwards. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, curl left knee into chest. Plant that foot on the outside of your left hand. Lower down onto your right knee. Inhale, low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, straighten into your left leg, fold down, half splits. Option to have a block on either side too. Inhale, walk your hands forward, step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Toes are pointing out, heels in, active squat. Hands in front of you. Exhale, stand, hands at heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach your arms overhead, add a back bend if it's comfortable. And then exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, stretch the crown of your head forward, prepare. And exhale, step your legs back, lower down into your push-up. Big long exhale, ride it all the way. Drop down onto your elbows. Inhale, pull through cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep going with the breath. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, pull right knee into chest. Land that foot on the outside of your right hand, lower left knee down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, step left foot forward, active squat. Exhale, stand, hands at heart center. Inhale, arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, sink it back down. Inhale, plant your hands, prepare. Exhale, step your feet back. Lower your knees or not. Fold, push up. Lower down. Inhale, pull your body through like a snake cobra pose or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, pull left knee into chest, land it down, drop your right knee. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Fold over your left leg. Inhale, hands in front of you, step right leg up, active squat, arms reach forward. Exhale, stand, good job guys. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit into your squat again. Inhale, hands plant, crown of the head forward, prepare. Exhale, step back, lower down onto your knees. Do your push-up. And lower down onto your elbows. Inhale, scoop your body through, cobra pose. Stay active through the back body. Exhale, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. One more time on each side. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, compress belly to thigh on the right side, step outside of right hand. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, walk your hands in front of you, step up with the left leg, active squat. Exhale, stand, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit into your squat. Inhale, plant your hands, lift the crown of your head forward. Exhale, step back, lower onto knees, do your push-up. Lower down onto your elbows. Inhale, pull your body through, big heart opener. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, compress left belly to thigh. Step on the outside of your left hand. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, half splits over left leg. Inhale, walk forward, toes out, heels in, step up, active squat. Exhale, stand. Inhale, big stretch through the front body. Exhale, sink down. Plant your hands, inhale, prepare. And exhale, step back, move through your vinyasa. Use your breath as your guide, as your pace. Good. Meet back in downward facing dog. And then lower your knees, sit down onto your heels, close your eyes. Great work with that. That was just kind of an introduction of how to link breath with movement, how to get into the moment. Leave your head out of it and just let your body guide you. You should be feeling pretty warmed up. That's a great way to build heat, for sure. That pace, those big full body movements. Good. When you're ready, stretch your arms long, tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. We'll move through a different vinyasa here. A little taller, working on balance a little more, okay? So inhale, reach your right heel high, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull knee to chest. Land your foot between your hands. So if it lands here, that's totally fine. Use your arm to help you. Or use blocks on either side to give you more space. You can press up, separate your shoulder blades, and just lift a little higher. Both are great options. Good. So that's our exhale. Inhale, Inhale, rise up into high lunge or crescent lunge. Okay, arms overhead, biceps framing the ears. Think about pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward so your pelvis is neutral, your hips are squared. Really press back through your left heel. And lunge as deeply as is comfortable for you into the right knee. Inhale here. Exhale, move into warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So we'll pivot our left heel down, our arms reach out to the side. We'll stay for a few breaths this first round. So fingertips are stretching long. Your pelvis is probably some sort of diagonal line. Not everyone, if you think about really facing your pelvis to the long edge of the mat, which is what I used to teach, it totally makes your right knee collapse in. So do what feels natural for your body. And then peel open through your shoulders. So let your collarbones lengthen. On your next inhale, pivot your right heel in, your right toes in, arms overhead, star pose. So big X shape. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Have a block there if you need it. Inhale, halfway lift, think that flat back, that long spine. And exhale, fold again. Inhale, rise up, star pose. Exhale, pivot your right toes to face forward, warrior two, lunge. Good. Now inhale, crescent lunge again. So pivot onto the ball of your left foot. And exhale, come to the top of your mat. Step strong into your right foot. Drag your left toes all the way up. And use them as a kickstand. So our left heel is hanging out on the inside of our right shin. Just playing with balance a little bit. Hands at heart center. We're going to move towards tree pose eventually. We'll take a few steps to get there. Good. Next inhale, plant both hands, or both feet evenly, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. We'll move through the other side. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach your left heel high. Exhale, bend your right knee, pull left knee into chest, separate your shoulder blades, plant your foot down. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Roll left hip back, right hip forwards. Stay long and strong through your torso and arms. Stay active through your right heel. One more inhale here. Exhale, pivot your right heel down. Open your arms up wide, warrior two. Take a peek at your left knee, make sure it's not collapsing in. Engage your left outer glute to pull it into line. And take a peek at your back foot. Make sure you're not collapsing onto your inner arch. Send weight through the outer edge as well. Pull your big toes in and underneath you. Inhale here. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, star pose, pivot your left toes to meet the right, arms overhead, X shape, and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaches forwards, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up through star pose. Exhale, pivot on your left heel, toes face forward, sink into warrior two. Inhale, pivot onto the ball of your right foot, arms overhead, crescent lunge. Exhale, step strong into your left foot, drag your right toes, land into this kickstand position. So it looks like this. Right toes are on the ground just for balance. Most of the way is through your left foot. Spend one more breath here. Exhale, plant your right foot down. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. We'll move a little quicker now. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, bend your left knee, curl right knee into chest. Plant it between your palms. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, pivot, left heel down, warrior two, arms wide. Inhale, pivot on the right heel, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press strong through your feet, arms diagonally out, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Right toes face forwards. Inhale, pivot on the ball of your left foot, crescent lunge. Exhale, lean into that right leg, drag your left heel up. This time, see if you can place the inner left foot on your inner right shin or calf. So from the side, this is your tree pose, just another progression, another variation. Okay. Feel the weight fluctuating, adjusting all throughout your right foot. It's totally normal to be wobbly in this. You have all these little intrinsic foot muscles that are working hard. One more inhale. Exhale, release your left foot down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan back, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel, left side. Exhale, bend your right knee, bend your left knee into your body. Left foot lands by left thumb. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, right heel down, warrior two. Inhale, pivot on your left heel. Both toes face the long edge of the mat, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root through your feet, star pose, big X. Exhale, warrior two, front of your mat, lunge into your left knee. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, step into your left foot, drag your right toes. Inhale, right foot on the inside of your left calf. Hands at heart center or out wide if you need more help for balance. Good job. Inhale here. Exhale, release right foot down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cascade your body. Inhale, bend your knees, fingertips to shins or a block. Exhale, plant your hands, downward facing dog. One more time through this sequence. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach your right leg high. Exhale, right foot lands by right thumb. Use those blocks if you need. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Drop left heel down. Inhale, pivot on right heel. Arms stretch to an X. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, pivot, right toes face forward, lunge into your warrior two. Inhale, ball of the left foot, arms overhead, crescent lunge. Exhale, step strong into your right foot, drag your left toes. This time, if you're able, bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. If you can use it without your hands, great, but if you need to use them or need to use the wall for balance, go ahead and do that. Or take any of those modifications we did before. Great job. Stay active through your right foot. And think about pushing your right hip in towards center line. Tendency is for it to sway out to the side. So push it in. Press foot against thigh, thigh against foot. Reach a little taller. Good job. One more inhale here. Exhale, release left foot down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog, last side. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach your left heel high. Exhale, curl everything in, knee to chest. Land your left foot by your left thumb. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, pivot, right heel down, warrior two. Inhale, straighten into both legs, wide edge of your mat. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, star pose. Exhale, left toes face the front, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, ball of the right foot, arms overhead, crescent lunge. Exhale, stand strong into your left foot, drag your right toes. And then land your right foot on the inside of your left thigh if you can. Try to avoid the actual knee joint itself, so either choose thigh or calf. Use your hands to get you there if you need. Hands in center, overhead for challenge, out to the side for balance. Again, think about scooping your left hip in towards center line and pressing your hip bones a little more forward, getting some nice extension through your hips. Good work. One more inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, release right foot to mat. Close your eyes down. Come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms released by your side. Just feel left to right, right to left. How does everything move now? How does everything feel? Hopefully a little stronger, a little more even. Good, inhale. Exhale, gently make your way into a seated pose. We'll come into deer pose. So both knees are bent. We'll do the right side first. Looks like this. Your right sole of your foot is on the top of your left thigh, and your knees are flexed past 90 degrees. So inhale here. It's a good place for a block or bolster if you have it. Exhale, root your sit bones a little deeper. Inhale, turn your body over your right knee. And exhale, fold down onto the mat, onto a prop, whatever. Or just walk your fingertips out a little bit more. This can be really intense on this back leg moving into internal rotation. So if this is new for you, just take whatever you need. Let your breath start to slow. Let your body start to settle. The more vigorous part is over, now we unwind. One more breath. On your exhale, slowly push up. Now stretch both legs long, coming into that wide-legged forward fold, but this time we're sitting instead of standing. Okay, again, fold up a blanket or your mat underneath your sit bones if you need more space. And here we're just gonna rock side to side. We're just gonna sway. So slide your hand along your shin, switch from side to side. Feel that massage in your low back. Curl your legs in again. We'll do deer pose on the other side this time. Left knee is in front. Left sole of your foot is on your right thigh. You brought your props. Use them over here as well. Inhale. Lift the crown of your head high. Exhale, turn over your left knee and fold. Release your shoulders from your ears. Release any tension you have in your left glute, right groin. Two more full breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. Gently rise up. Find your wide-legged forward fold again. Stretch your legs long to the corners of the mat. And this time, we'll stay in our fold for a little bit. So you can create kind of like a ramp with your blocks and the bolster on top. This is a really good option. So the one furthest away is on the tallest setting, and the one closer to you is on its medium setting. I like to interlace my fingers out in front just to kind of keep everything in place. This doesn't have to look a certain way, just let it feel like a giant release. Stay ever so slightly active in your feet by rolling them out, externally rotating through your legs so they don't just collapse in. Two more breaths. Once you complete that cycle, gently rise up again and make your way onto your back. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So if you have a block, you can use that. If you have a bolster, use that. You're going to press through your feet, lift your hips up, and then place whatever prop you have on your sacrum. So it's that bony, big flat bone here between your low back and your tailbone. Okay? It's going right on your sacrum. Bring your feet wide, knock your knees in together, and relax your shoulders to the mat. This also feels really good, a little softer if you use a bolster. Either way is great. Place your hands on your belly. Feel your heartbeat in your belly. Feel that work that you did, that blood pumping, now start to slow. Either stay here or we'll come into a reclined pigeon, supported variation. So walk your left foot, stamp your heel down, cross your right foot over your left knee, creating a figure four shape. Just a really easy one. Don't even make it dramatic, just do it. Can you soften just a little more? Feel your low back, your kidney press gently into your prop on your inhale. Feel your right knee softening closer to the mat on an exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. Switch sides. Place your right foot on the mat. Cross your left foot over your right knee. Really easy. releasing breath out. Press through both heels, remove your bolster, or we're going to move into Shavasana, corpse pose, your final resting posture. If you want, I think it feels really good to have that bolster just underneath your knees. Otherwise, really stretch your heels to the corners of your mat. Hands can be down by your side, palms facing up to receive whatever it is you need to receive. Or they could be palms down on your body just to feel a little more grounded. This is arguably the most important part of your practice, so even if it's just for a couple of minutes, don't skip it. Soften through your face, widen through your brows. And let that softness move through your whole body. So you melt like a puddle onto your mat. Wherever you are, take 3 more deep breaths. So let the practice wash through you. That's all the movement and breath and focus you did to get to this point. 1 breath to let the practice wash over you. That's these sweet moments of rest you took to marinate. And 1 breath to let the practice wash away from you, carrying you into the rest of your day and your life with a little more peace and intention. Whenever you're ready, gently roll onto one side. Stay here in this fetal position just for a moment. And then press up into a seated posture. Or stay in your Shavasana for longer if you can. We'll place our hands on our knees. Close your eyes down. Take 1 more big collective inhale. And 1 relaxing exhale. Open your eyes, hands meet at heart center. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. And together we say, Namaste. All right, everyone, thank you for joining for this beginner class. I hope you loved it. I definitely learned a lot on my training, and I hope to implement what I learned into further classes. So please give any feedback you have below. If you did enjoy it, please share it with others and subscribe to my channel so you can see the next video, which will be our intermediate flow. So I hope you did great and loved it, and I will see you next time.